You see, what it boils down to is if someone wants to see you win. If your happiness is their happiness, then you really want to stay. You want to hold on to them. You don't want to let them go. Because your success is their success is your success. Your smile is now their smile. Your sadness sometimes is their sadness, and it's a beautiful relationship. Peace, Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Beautiful day. How's your day going? How to tell if someone's worth holding on to. Come back here. I miss you. Or it's best to let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Let him go. Let's just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. This is sexology. Water, fire, hot, cold, yin, yang. We're back. Daddy's home. We got a whole lot to talk about, beautiful deep divers. Now I get tons of questions. Ralph, yes. I'm finding it quite difficult, Ralph. I'm thinking, should I stay in this relationship or should I just walk away? It's kind of hard to decide if I should hold on a little bit more because things might get a little bit better, or I should just leave, Ralph. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let me share with you what's helped me along my journey as a psychologist, as a counselor, as someone who is inspiring millions of people. I've done thousands of consultations, relationship counseling. I'm going to give you the best advice possible. Now, if you've got a question, please don't email me. I get thousands there. The best place is Instagram at Infinite Waters. If you've got a question, there I will probably see it. Now, I know what it's like. Should I stay or should I leave? You're still not sure. And it's okay. It's okay to not be sure. Because sometimes, just when you're about to leave, something beautiful happens. Okay? They bring you a chocolate chip cookie. You see, what's helped me along my journey is plain and simple. It's this. You have to realize if you can share something special with someone, but more so if they've shared something special with you, that's a good enough reason to stay. If they've shared something with you that has lasted up until this point. You see, I talk of that word share. Many relationships end because people don't share enough. Do you feel valued? That's the number one question you've got to ask yourself. You don't want to be in a relationship where you don't feel valued, where you don't feel respected. You got to ask yourself, like, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? Value. Do I feel valued? If you are with someone who is always sharing with you, because a relationship is like a plant. It will only grow as much as you water it, as much as you give it sunlight, meaning value. Do they bring you flowers? Do they tell you how amazing you are? Or are they there? Or are they there just to be around? Like I always say on this channel, you don't want to be on Infinite Waters if you're just here to look around. This channel is only for deep divers. This channel is only for deep divers. So it's the same as a relationship. You've got to say, look, I'm only going to be in this relationship if I feel valued. if you're sharing something special with me instead of just taking from me. You see, if the relationship is energy generating, you want to stay around a bit. If it is energy depleting, and it may not be from the other person, it could be from you. You could also be contributing to it. You got to ask yourself, is this relationship worth the cost of my health? But if you are around someone who's massaging your back, they're always sharing with you, of course you want to stay around, baby. You see, what's helped me along my journey is what I call the day one. You want to stay somewhere. You want to be in a relationship with someone who has been with you through thick and thin. They don't change because you've changed. They were there with you in your lowest moments, and they're definitely here celebrating with you because you got over 1 million subscribers, right? That's the day one. Of course he's got to stay. Of course he's got to stay, because they're not only here for the party. Some people just come for the party, and some people help you clear up. Slow motion this side. Let me repeat that. Some people come for the party alone, and some people help you clear up. You got to look at this person you are with right now in this relationship and say, is this the sort of person that would help me clear up after a party? If not, run that way. You see, because how it all works is that some people just want to be seen with you. Sometimes it's because of the status. It happened to me along my early journey, right? Oh, Infinite Waters, you're so famous. I want to be with you. If you're going to be with me, you got to be with the cat down the road too. You see, what it boils down to is your day one. Someone who is ride or die for you. Someone who is going to be there when the spotlights go off, right? Someone who is going to be there when you wake up and you're not feeling so good. They are going to be there as a support system for you. Not just when you're going to a fancy party or because you know this person and that person who can really get you to go places far in life, right? No, they are your day one. They were with you before you became famous. You're not famous? Don't worry about it. They were with you before you got that job. You didn't get it? Don't worry about it. They were with you because they loved you sincerely. Not because of how much money you have, right? Not because of how much money you have, not because of where you live, but because of you, your primordial essence. And these are the people you gotta cherish. You gotta keep them near to you. You gotta keep them close to you, right? What's helped me along my journey is to realize that I pay homage to the day one. Someone who's been there, even to the beautiful deep divers who are hardcore deep divers, who are like, Ralph, I used to watch you from back in the day. These are the people who I make videos for, right? Not just the people who are just here to be around, who just poke their nose and say, what's going on? Then they leave. No, you don't want to be around here. And that's what you got to say. That is what you got to say when it comes to a relationship. You've got to honor the day ones. And people who are just temporary, who just want to come around for the party, let them go. Because trust me, sweetie, you don't want to be around that kind of person who is not ready for a full-on commitment. Now, everybody these days a lot of people are about working out, getting your body in shape. I skate a lot, right? You see, what's helped me along my journey is to love someone's body. Yes, as much, okay, wait for it, as their soul. Slow motion this side. Now, can you do that? Can you love someone's backside as much as their soul? Can you love someone's shoulders bodies as much as their soul, right? Because this body, as beautiful as it's gonna change. It's always changing, okay? You are gonna not look the same in 10 years. However, your soul may just shine brighter. You want to be around someone who loves you, for your soul, not just because of your butt, ladies, not just because of your shoulders, fellas, right? But for you, your essence, your aura, okay? That's when you know you got to stay. Because you're like, okay, if something happened to me, this person would still take care of me. Can I get a hello there? And that is real love. The body changes, right? I see a lot of people with great bodies, and it is so fantastic. At the same time, this is not who they are entirely. It's only one tiny aspect, right? If you are with someone who just loves you for your body, your backside, you haven't built a foundation. Things aren't going to grow. Things aren't going to blossom. And you're going to wake up one day and that person is going to leave you, probably before you leave them, and you're going to think, what happened? Because you got to be a good judge of character to say, okay, is this person with me because they actually love my soul and not just my body? Right? You see, what it really comes down to is effort. Effort. You stay in a relationship if there is a lot of effort. And I will tell you, along my early journey, I made very little effort. I put my hand up. No saint when I was like 16, 15, because so many things were happening, right? So many things were happening. And even when I was in my late teens, same thing, little effort. It was really when I was in my early 20s, okay, I started to realize the importance of effort. That is the glue that holds a relationship together. Effort, effort, effort. How to keep the woman you love? Effort. How to keep the man you love? Effort. Effort, effort, effort. You see, a lot of people really want to make an effort, but they only talk a good talk. If you are around someone who is just full of words, they're like, I'm going to visit you. They never come. Because they're always busy. And there is always time. It is only a matter of priorities. So I've realized this. A good indicator to stay in a relationship or leave is to see how much effort the other person is putting in, right? Also, it could be you. You might need to leave the relationship because it could be the other person doing all the work, scratching your back and stuff with a cat down the road. You see, what's helped me along my journey is to realize this, that effort shows someone you care. I can tell someone, I love you, I care about you, but words don't mean anything until you prove it. Slow motion this side. Words don't mean anything until you prove it. So what I've seen along my journey is effort. If someone is making a huge effort to stay in your life, to show you how much they care, you want to stay around if you're liking that. But if someone you like is making no effort, you got to put a big question mark to say, do I know my worth? Ladies, you keep writing to me telling me that I love this guy, but he's never around. He never makes any effort. Now you got to start taking responsibility to say, okay, do I really want to be here? This is sexology. It's not on the other person now, it's on you, because you are choosing what you want. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Right? So effort, a lot of effort, you want to stay. No effort, bye. Okay, we're back. Where were we? Look, I will tell you this, beautiful deep divers, that what I find to be very natural is that I never want to force any relationships. I never want to force any interactions. I never want to force any friendships, because relationships and connections that are truly meant to be never require force. Slow motion this side. Let me say that again. Relationships, friendships, connections that are meant to be never require force. You see, you want to leave. You want to leave if you're always trying to force someone to stay. If you're trying to say, hey, come and stay with me. You don't have to chase someone who is meant to be in your life. You don't have to run after someone who is meant to be in your life. They will be there because they appreciate you more, so they want to be there. You don't have to ask them. You don't have to beg them and say, oh, please stay with me, please. Oh, please stay with me, please. This ain't Jerry Springer. Look, you don't have to beg them to stay in your life. If you are begging someone to stay in your life who doesn't want to be there, that's probably a good indicator they don't want to be there. They're just there to be around. Maybe it's because you got a good body. Look, you want to stay around if it is a very natural connection, a natural flow. A natural flow, there is no force, it is effortless, you feel appreciated, and both of you respect each other and treat each other with a lot of care. 7-day vegan challenge, baby. Both of you have a food appreciation. Both of you maybe are plant-based. Okay, I've been spreading the vegan message for years. That's why this channel has over 1 million subscribers. I'm always connecting with a lot of plant eaters, right? At the same time, I welcome all people. If you're just transitioning, if you're vegetarian, no problem. We're all trying to eat better, live better, and do better. And that's what it's all about. However, when we talk of relationships, there is a lot of incompatibility when two people have different diets. How do I know this? Because I do thousands of consultations, relationship counseling, and I've inspired millions of people. They write to me, Ralph, I'm eating this, they're eating that, and there is a problem at the dinner table. I told you so. Because people overlook how important food is. You are eating 1 time a day, once a day, sometimes 2. Okay, 3 times. You're eating 3 times a day? Okay, let's just say most people are eating 3 times a day. Breakfast, we ain't even had breakfast yet. Yes, you did. Lunch, dinner, okay? Average person. So you're going to be sitting down with that person. And if you have a food incompatibility, you might start to grow apart. You see, I know because I've been in many different situations, different relationships. When I've been a vegan, the other person has been a meat eater, and it just didn't work. I'm not saying it can't work. It obviously can work. But at the same time, when you meet someone who is on the same food wavelength as you, your relationship will become better. Happened to me along my journey. I met someone who loved animals the way I did, and the relationship became better. Over 64 billion animals are killed every single year. Like when I said that to someone I was with, a beautiful, beautiful being, what did they say to me? They're like, I agree, Ralph. They're like, yes, they actually said it at the same time as I did. That's how to know you got to stay there. However, one time I said, when I was a teenager, don't you think that's really bad what's happening to animals, how they're being slaughtered? And the other person was like, hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Bye. Right? I love animals too much to be with someone who doesn't appreciate animals. It's not going to happen. Right? It would go against everything I teach to millions of people all around the world. So, how to know if you should stay with someone or it's best to leave, you have to ask yourself, do they value my food mindset, my relationship to animals, my plant-based lifestyle? Maybe you are a raw foodist, maybe you are a vegetarian. Do they honor that? If they don't, if they laugh at you, if they say, oh my gosh, where are you going to get your protein? You better leave. However, if they are also stuck in their ways of eating processed meats, but you still love them, it can still work if they are willing to make an effort to eat better. Like, you don't want to just give up on people just because they have a different diet. But if they are showing that they want to make an effort and you can see it in their eyes, then give them a chance. Because you got to remind yourself, there was a time when you weren't eating a lot of mangoes, coconuts, flax seeds, and all of that stuff, right? Spinach, you weren't eating all of that stuff. So you got to have compassion for people who are making the slow transition. I've been a vegan for over 13 years. And every year, my DNA becomes attuned to my diet, but it's taken a long time, right? I never expect people just to change diet like that. It takes time. Being a plant-based eater takes a lot of self-discipline. But if you are with someone who sees the same, who sees the world as you do, you want to keep them around, because this is someone who is very rare. There are so many people all around the planet who don't care about animals, who just torture them. But if you meet someone who cares, let them stay, let them stay, let them stay. And if they don't care, let them go, let them go, let them go. Now, how to tell if someone's worth holding on to or is best to let them go. Beautiful deep divers, I will tell you this. Are you an option? Ladies, fellas, especially ladies, you write to me, thousands of messages. Ralph, I don't feel important to this person. I feel invisible, Ralph. You're an option. You don't want to be an option. If you are an option, you want to let it go. Why take second place when you can take first place? Slow motion this side. Why take second place when you can take first place? You see, many times in a relationship, people are options. People don't have time for you. He's always working, she's always working. You want to be around someone who makes you a priority. It's not that they have to worship you or bow to you. It's just that they take at least 10 minutes of their day just to give you a bit of good loving, a bit of attention. That's all you ever asked for. That is all you ever asked for. That is all you ever asked for. Just like, please respond to my texts, my phone calls, right? Please. Can they do that, Ralph? Of course they can. If you are a priority. If not, then you are an option. And that is a relationship or a connection not worth holding on to. Because I always tell you, beautiful deep divers, it's all about knowing your true worth. Once again, the greatest relationships, and these are the water relationships, are reciprocal. It's not just you who is making all the effort. The other person is also making the same effort. The other person is making you a priority, not just an option, not just something when they come home from work, they're tired, right? That's when they have the least energy. Then they're like, oh, you're right. What's the weather like? Basic conversations, right? You want someone who is going to dive deep with you, baby, lift you up to the heavens and say, I love you. Is this a fairy tale or what? Right? So I've realized this, that you don't want to be an option. You don't want to be someone's side dish. You want to be around someone I've seen, and I always would stay if someone is helping me evolve to higher consciousness. Consciousness meaning awareness. Now, this is not just about relationships. This is about friendships, day-to-day interactions, day-to-day connections. If you are around someone who has inspired you in any single way, you want to keep them around. If they don't inspire you, if they belittle you, if they trash talk you, if they talk down on you, if they see you as inferior, you don't want to be around them. Okay? Many times what happens is that if you are around someone and you're always very defensive, Sometimes you're in your ego a lot and they're also in their ego. That's a Coca-Cola relationship. You don't want to be in that kind of relationship if you are really concerned about your health, because your health will deteriorate, right? It will improve when you can be around someone and your ego dissolves and their ego dissolves. And now you have a union of the heart space. Oh, it seems so beautiful. Well, that's the water relationship. There are no egos because ego is separation. If you are with someone who helps you lose your ego, let them stay. If they put you into your ego, let them go, right? You see, what it comes down to is judgment. I meet people all the time who are like, Ralph, I'm going to change him. Ralph, I'm going to change her. Their own mother couldn't change them. What makes you think that you can? You see, people can only change themselves. People can only change when they want to. People can only change when they are willing to do so. You can't change anybody. My videos, I'm a catalyst, right? I help people to change themselves. And it's the same thing with relationships. If you are around someone who accepts you as you are, they're not always trying to say, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. Like, I meet so many different people and I'm like, okay, if you're eating animals, that's good for you. I'm going to be doing this. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to be over here though. Do you, I'm going to do me, right? But in relationships, if you're just around someone who just wants to be around, but they're always judging you, finding little things about you, always pointing them out, what are you doing there? But also ask the other person, what are you doing here? Because you should only be around people who have your best interest at hand. Remove all negative people out of your life. You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need them. So I surrounded myself with the best energy in the world. It happened when I started to surround myself with people who accepted me for who I am. And any deep diver should know that, right? Otherwise, you got no business being here. You've got to say loud and clear, accept me as I am. Let's say it one more time. Accept me as I am. Okay? You see, people can only change when they feel sometimes encouraged to change. And that's when they really want to change. People change when they feel supported. People do better when they feel loved, they feel supported, they feel appreciated. Because if you are always talking down on someone, expecting someone to change because you expect them to change because you're like saying really harsh words to them. Maybe you're doing a bit of a narcissistic technique called gaslighting. You're blaming them for everything, right? And now they're thinking, am I going insane? No, they're not. It's you. You got to stop doing that, right? But to the person who is being done to, you've got to ask yourself that, hey, I'm only going to be around people who accept me, who accept me. I'm only going to be around people who accept me for who I truly am, who don't judge me, who don't belittle me, who are not gaslighting me, right? Because it's all on you. It's all on you. Don't put up with it. I get it. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to be alone. But it's better to be alone and happy than in a relationship where you're pretending and miserable. Slow motion this side. You see, you stay in a relationship when someone encourages you daily to become your greatest version. They help you evolve, not just in a physical aspect, but also in a mental and a spiritual way, in an emotional way. They add richness and flavor into your life. Oh, it's vanilla, right? 7-day vegan challenge. Okay. You feel comfortable. You feel like you can be vulnerable around them. That's when you want to stay. You can share with them your deepest secrets. That's a good indicator you don't want to let this person go. you can hold on a little bit more. You let go a lot of the times when you feel controlled, when you feel like you are in a prison, when you feel like a prisoner, okay? A relationship, listen very carefully, A relationship is a partnership, not an ownership. Let me repeat that. A relationship is a partnership, not an ownership. The amount of people who write to me, thousands. Ralph, I feel controlled. He's not letting me go out of the house. He's not letting me talk to anybody. Ralph, she's doing the same thing. She doesn't trust me. Without trust, there is no relationship. You see, what's helped me along my journey is this. You have to be around someone who you trust 100%, and they trust you 100%, and that is how you have the water relationship. Ownership. I own a car, I own a mansion. That is not a real connection. Because possession can never be a real connection, because possession is born out of ego. Slow motion this side. That's when you let go. You see, you hold on when they never want to control you. They never want to own you, because you are not an object. You are a subject. You are an infinite being, a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. You hold on when it is a partnership, when both of you are helping each other to become your greatest versions together. That's a partnership. Now, it's so silent, right? Wait a minute. So silent you can hear a pin drop. When someone understands your silence, understands your silence, and overstands your silence, you want to stick around a little bit more, because there could be something beautiful waiting in store for you. Why is it so important to be around someone who understands and overstands your silence? Where there is a silent moment and you don't feel you always need to say something or fill the words. Because when both of you can dance in the silence, you are now dancing in the marvelous water relationship where it's not about words. You're not just listening to what that person is saying anymore. You are feeling them in the deepest way. Slow motion this side. And many times these water relationships have the most depth. You can talk about anything without being labeled crazy. Once again, if you have a high level of freedom of expression, you stay. However, if you are censoring yourself with everything you want to say, you leave, you let go. If both of you have a silent moment and every single time there is a lot of awkwardness, you never feel comfortable, you want to put a big question mark to ask yourself, what am I doing here? You see, the water relationship, you will never feel awkward in silence with someone else if it is meant to be. Once again, it's like the Cinderella effect. Many people are trying to squeeze their foot in and it's not happening. How to tell, baby, life is great, beautiful day. Woo, breathing in that good ass prawn, baby. If someone should stay or they should leave. You see, what it boils down to is if someone wants to see you win. If your happiness is their happiness, then you really want to stay. You want to hold on to them. You don't want to let them go. Because your success is their success. Their success is your success. Your smile is now their smile. Your sadness sometimes is their sadness, and it's a beautiful relationship. They want to see you win. They want to see you make it. They want to see you go places. You want to stick around. If they want to see you fail, they want to see you lose, They want to see you make mistakes because they want to be better than you. There is no relationship with both of you. There is only competition. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. The water relationship, there is never no competition. There is only a healthy cooperation because both of you want to see each other go to the next level. Wait for it, together. Not just one in front of the other person. There is no superiority. There is no inferiority. It is a level playing field. Both of you see each other eye to eye. That is the healthy, beautiful nirvana of the water relationship. They want to see you win and you want to see them win. That's one you don't want to let go of. However, many times in relationships, people get jealous of other people's success, and that is only showing you it was never a true relationship to begin with. It was only the ego coming through. That's when you got to let it go. But you hold on when you feel loved, appreciated, and cared for, because that's when all people do a whole lot better. And then, well, you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. We're just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, with the beautiful birds out. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You! I'm gonna stick around. It's pretty nice here, right? Willow tree behind me and stuff. Yeah, let's chill.